Hey everyone, Colin Smith here from Photoshop Cafe, and today I'm super excited to have the DJI Mini 3. So here's the drone itself. Oh, look at that. That's so cool looking. It's so light. We've got the DJI RC. This is one with the screen. It also comes configured with the DJI RC N1, which is the one without the screen, which you can use your Android or iOS phone on. So this tiny little drone boasts the longest flight time of any consumer drone. Exchange this battery for the heavier battery. DJI claims it has 51 minutes of flight time. So there are also additional options that you can get at the time. If you want to get the Fly More Plus kit, then it comes with this bag. It's padded inside. This comes with 2 extra batteries. Both of these batteries are the high capacity battery. So you get 2 of these batteries that will have up to 51 minutes flight time. And it also comes with a charging hub. Now the batteries charge in series, which means that one charges after the other. There's also a power indicator on the side here. So if I tap the bottom here, it will show me the charging levels, and I can see both these batteries are fully charged. All right, lots of exciting stuff. I think we should head out in the field now and test this out. Okay, some things about the Mini 3 is, of course, it's very small and lightweight. It's actually 249 grams, which comes under the 250 grams, which means you don't actually have to register this drone. Now, as far as, laws and rules still apply to this drone, but you just don't have to register it. So it's very lightweight, super compact, and the nice thing about it is it folds up. So I can just unfold this. Now, what you want to do is just pop off the gimbal cover, and to do that, you just grab that at the bottom and pull it straight off. To put it back on, all you do is you just latch the top part in first, and then just close the bottom. Now you definitely want that gimbal guard because it's going to protect the camera from any damage while you're transporting it, because this gimbal is quite sensitive, and what the gimbal does if you're a beginner is it keeps the camera stable. So one of the things that's nice is they've got these little legs on the front here, and that gives it just enough elevation on the front here where we can take off in short grass without the camera and the gimbal getting stuck in the grass. So the big thing about the Mini 3, apart from it being small and lightweight, is the battery time. This has the longest battery time of any drone on the market currently right now. It has 38 minutes of battery time when you use this standard battery. Now, if you want longer battery life, the Battery Plus, which is a little bit heavier, and now this takes it up to an incredible 51 minutes of flight time. The downside of this is it takes it slightly over the 249 grams, which means now you would have to register your drone if you're flying with the Battery Plus. Now the thing is, you don't register an individual drone, you register yourself as a drone pilot, and then that number works on every drone. So if you've already registered, no big deal. If you don't want to register, just keep using the lighter batteries. As far as distance, we can get 10 kilometers out of this, and it also has level 5 wind resistance. So what happens is it can handle a little bit of wind, and then when you're up there, if it gets too windy, it's going to give you a notice on your controller telling you to bring it back and land it. So this is a great cost-effective entry-level drone for someone who's just getting started in drones, or maybe you just want something portable that you can throw in your bag and take out when you're hiking or on vacation. So one of the things they do to reduce cost and weight is there's no forwards or rear obstacle avoidance sensors on here, but what it does have is a downward facing sensor. That means it's not just going to crash into the ground, it's going to sense when it gets near the land, and that also helps it to do auto landing and takeoff. And by the way, the same controller here will work on the Mavic 3, will work on the Mavic 3 Classic, and also on the Mini 3 Pro. And as far as storage, it just has a micro SD slot right here on the back, and we can just switch out the card. Let's talk about the camera. It's the same one that's inside the Mini 3 Pro. This can shoot up to 4K video, but not just regular video, it can actually shoot 4K HDR video, which gives you more detail in the shadows and the highlights at the same time. As far as photography, it shoots 12 megapixels. You can shoot in JPEG or you can shoot in DNG RAW. Now, the other thing that is really exciting about this is this gimbal actually rotates, and now we've got true vertical shooting, which means I can shoot horizontal or vertical for photos or videos. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to take off. Some of the different modes, when we're in sport mode, we can get up to, well, almost 36 miles per hour right here. Or we can kick it into normal mode, which will bring it to a normal speed. smooth, slow, steady shots, you want to go into the C mode, which is cinema mode, and then it slows it down significantly, and you can get some nice, slow, smooth shots. Now, when you make the movements, they're not as abrupt, so it moves everything slower. It just gets you these beautiful, smooth, slow cinematic shots. So you can see right now it's connected to multiple satellites. When you take off, it sets the home point, so it knows this is where the home base is, and it uses the satellites to track its position and also to stabilize itself while it's shooting. So if the wind's blowing it backwards and forwards, the satellites will keep it steady. Now at any time, if you're unsure where you are, you want the drone back, just hit return to home. You just hold it for a couple of seconds, and now the drone is going to make its way. Here it comes. It's making its way back here. And you can also set the return to home altitude so it'll climb above obstacles. And here it comes. Anytime I can cancel that just by hitting that button again or tapping on the screen there. Right now, typical horizontal shot, and I can hit the trigger button. By the way, the right trigger button does camera, left trigger button does video. So you don't have to switch the modes on the screen, you can just tap. And if I want to switch this, by default, there's two buttons underneath. The left button by default is set to make the camera go straight down and straight up. So it's just forward. And then the other one will switch me from horizontal to vertical mode. Now I'm in vertical mode, and I can snap that picture in vertical mode now. This can also be changed in the app just by tapping on the app. We can switch between horizontal and vertical. And of course we can go into video mode and turn on video, and now it's shooting vertical. And so as you know, vertical is the default format on most social media platforms now, TikTok, Instagram Reels, etc. And we can just shoot that natively, and we can just fly now and get some beautiful footage. Let's test out the automatic panoramas right now. It's looking pretty good. We've got, wow, the sun's looking really good. Let's get the drone up in the air right now. So you've got a couple of panorama options. You can do the spherical, you can do the wide, or you can do the large panoramas, and just at the touch of a button, the drone will take the photo. It will rotate the gimbal and rotate the drone if necessary to get all the different shots, and it will stitch it together in a panorama, which you can do in JPEG or DNG RAW mode. So any user, but particularly useful for beginners, is you can get professional looking shots automatically by using the quick shots. So all we got to do is we just tap under the settings, and then you'll see an option here that says quick shots. Tap on the quick shots, you can see these are all the different ones it'll do. It'll do the droney, it'll do the rocket, it'll do a circle where it'll go around you, it'll do a helix, and then a boomerang. All right, so let's have a look at some of these. Looking at it, tap myself or draw a little box around myself. Now it should lock onto me, which it's doing. And then to do a droney, just hit start, and the drone will fly away by itself. And as it goes up, keeps the camera tilted down on me. And then it should return to its starting position when it's finished. I'm just getting a little nervous with these seagulls. If you guys remember what happened to my Spark, check out that video. Let's do the circle mode. Tilt the camera on myself. Draw the square around. Once it's locked onto me. Excellent. And now we're going to start. 3, 2, 1. Counts down, and now it's going to go around me. You know, I'm not going to do them all, but you get the general idea. It's starting to get a little chilly here, but that's okay. One of the things I love to do with the vertical mode is to shoot panoramas. So this also has a setting for auto exposure bracketing. So I like to manually bracket them, that way I can shoot an HDR panorama. But by putting it into the vertical mode, I can get more of the beautiful sky in here as well as the foreground. Whereas if you shoot horizontal, you lose a lot of the sky unless you shoot multi-level, which takes more work. So in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip this around. I'm pointing right at the sun. I'm gonna hit the shutter. It's gonna take 3 shots. Then once it processes it, I'm gonna rotate a little bit more. There we go. You can hear it. Now it's gonna take 3 more shots. And then when that's done, I rotate a little bit more, shoots the multiple shots again. And then when I put it all together, it's super lightweight, it's portable, the battery lasts forever. It flies extremely well. It's very responsive. In the sport mode, it's quick and it's very stable. And of course, you know, the important thing is the photos and videos. And for the size of the camera and the size of the drone, especially the price, you get really good photos, really good videos. So as far as downside, the only downside I see on this, if you need forward and backward obstacle avoidance, you know, for tracking, then consider getting the Mini 3 Pro. But if you don't need the obstacle avoidance and the tracking, then the Mini 3 is absolutely the way to go. Quickly, let's talk about DJI Care, which is DJI Refresh, which means that if you have a crash, a flyaway, water damage, you can have up to 2 replacements per year, or if you get the 2-year, you can get 3 replacements. So basically for a replacement, you send it in, you pay a small fee, then immediately, as soon as they receive it, turn around and ship one out right away. And if you don't make any claims on it, your warranty actually gets extended by a year. And join the SkyPixel product tryout program for a chance to try out the new Mini 3 for yourself. I'm gonna drop a link underneath for more information about that. And so thanks for watching my review, and let me know in the comments underneath, what do you think about the new DJI Mini 3? I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you're new here, welcome to Photoshop Cafe. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, you won't miss any videos from me. Do me a favor, hit that like button, helps with the YouTube algorithm, and until next time, I'll see you at the cafe.